Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having an empty ninth house in a natal chart. Now, first thing I want to do is clear away any misperception or misconception regarding having an empty ninth house in a natal chart. Having an empty ninth house doesn't mean that you'll never travel, make long distance journeys, that you'll never have a higher education, will never go to college, will never have in-laws, will never publish anything, will never be involved with abstract thinking. When you look at this, what it really means is, I believe, is that you may have other things in your life that are taking precedence over this, and it's not something that you're necessarily going to emphasize or accentuate in your life, but you will still have, more likely than not, you're going to have things that are pertaining to elements of the ninth house during the course of your life. Now, one of the things, the first thing you look at, if you have an empty ninth house in your natal chart, look at the sign that is on the cusp of that ninth house. Let's say for a ninth house cusp, let's say somebody has the sign Aquarius on it. Well, this could indicate that this person, as far as their philosophies go, they might be very ingenious, original, unorthodox. They may take higher education courses, perhaps associated with esoteric subjects, perhaps computers, electronics. This might be a person that has very, we could say, maybe their perception on their in-laws can be such where maybe they think that they're a little bit eccentric. Their philosophical ideas may be very abrupt and spontaneous. Now, let's take somebody, let's say another example for a ninth house cusp. Let's say that somebody were to have the sign Cancer on the cusp of their ninth house. Now, this could indicate that perhaps this person has very traditional philosophies. They may be tied in with the home and family. They could be philosophies that were indoctrinated in them when they were young, and they hold on to them through their adulthood. When I say indoctrinated, when they were young by family members is what I'm referring to. Now, could also indicate that when this person does travel, it could be by sea, or if they do any long distance traveling, or they live in, say if this person decides to live in a foreign country, it may very well be by water, by the shore, near a beach. So those are some things to consider. If you have also, the thing that you want to do is, if you have an empty ninth house in your natal chart, look at the house that the ruler of that house cusp is located in. Now, let's say you have the ruler of the ninth house, let's say it's in the eighth house. Now, this could indicate that perhaps this person's higher education interests might be connected with astrology, occult, supernatural subjects, perhaps things connected with investigation, research, perhaps there may be police work. This could be because that's connected with mystery, and the eighth house can correspond with that. Now, maybe this person studies deep subjects. Now, we look at the another thing, if somebody has that ruler of the ninth and the eighth house, perhaps their philosophy on life may be strongly tied in to transformation, regeneration, and rebirth. Now, let's say somebody has the ruler of the ninth house in the 12th house in their natal chart. Now, this could indicate that this person may prefer to take their higher education, so to speak, may be done more in seclusion and solitude inside their own four walls at their home. It could indicate that this person may do some long distance traveling to learn about things connected with spirituality, the metaphysical. Perhaps maybe this person takes courses at a college to perhaps work in perhaps in a hospital field. This could be or nursing, for example, because 12th house does rule hospitals. So that is something, and also the 12th house corresponds with Pisces, so it may be something where this person takes a course where they really show some, that works toward a field connected with compassion and empathy. So those are some examples. So when somebody has an empty 9th house, it doesn't mean that they're not going to have anything connected with it. And also look and see the planetary ruler of the 9th house and see how the aspects are. If it has predominantly good aspects, it could indicate things that can be very auspicious in matters pertaining to the 9th house. Now, if the 9th house ruler has a lot of negative or adverse aspects, then this person may have some struggles and roadblocks and obstructions in connection with matters with the 9th house. Also, look and see, as far as transits to the 9th house, if you have an empty 9th house in your natal horoscope, if you have, you might experience more activity through transits. Jupiter transiting the 9th house may show a lot of more exuberance and enthusiasm in matters connected with the 9th house. Let's say if you have, let's take another example. Even if, let's say, the Sun transits the 9th house. Now, the Sun is only going to stay in a house for about 30 days on average, but at the same time, this could be an area where you, quote-unquote, feel compelled to shine in matters connected perhaps with philosophy, higher education, religion, during maybe even publishing during this period. So this is, or long distance traveling. This could be something to consider. Now, look at, and also in the progress chart as well, you want to look at that. Transits and your progress chart can be something where you want to look at. And if there's at least one planet inhabiting the 9th house in transit and progress charts, then there will undoubtedly, more likely than not, be more activity in connection with 9th house matters. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having an empty 9th house in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having an empty 10th house in a natal horoscope. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.